So just some basic details about a square root number. This is how we write a square root, kind of like a long division symbol with an extra little tail over here. Square root of 256 means that you need to try to think of a number that can multiply by itself to equal positive 256. So you could play with some numbers in your calculator, right? You could do maybe 13 times 13, maybe 13 times itself makes 256. Found it doesn't. We're a little low, so let's go higher. Maybe 16 times 16. Okay, we got it. So that's it. That's our pair. So 16 is the number that multiplies by itself to make negative 256, make positive 256. But note that negative 16 times negative 16, that also equals 256. But the convention is in mathematics with square roots, we just stick with the positive answers, okay? So negative 16 squared would also make 256. Basic idea, find a number, multiply it by itself, it's got to equal 256. So let's do another one here. Square root of 9. That answer is 3 because 3 times 3 makes 9. Now just some particular notation here. Note that the negative sign is on the outside, right? A square root is like an exponent. It's the same. It is an exponent. So it obeys the order of operations where exponents comes first before we multiply by that -1. So this answer right here isn't an imaginary number, if you've seen that before, okay? The answer is just -2. The problem comes up when you try to evaluate this. What's one number that can multiply by itself to equal -4? You can't make it happen with the real numbers, so we actually have an imaginary number, 2 with an I, okay? So we'll get into that in another video about imaginary numbers, but the square root of -4 is 2i, because by definition the square root of -1 is our imaginary constant I. Okay, let's do a few others. Basics of square roots. You got the square root of like 16 over 121. Because it's an exponent, you could use the properties of exponents. If it's a monomial, that means you can just evaluate the exponent to each the top and the bottom. So see how I went from here to here? I can make two separate little square roots. And the square root of 16 is 4. The square root of 121 is 11. So that's our final answer. Let's see, so we said it's an exponent, so if you have the square root of 4, that can be equivalently written as 4 to the 1/2 power. A square root means it's a 1/2 power. So if you need to rewrite a square root as an exponent, that's how you do it. If you need to go from exponent form to a square root form, it's just the same type of thing, vice versa, okay? 5x to the 1/2 power, that's the same thing as the square root of 5x. Okay, so I think that's just a start on exponents. We'll make some more videos to help you out.